When it boiled down to it, Crips was Crips. We all used to be together. Man, we used to go from here to Cincinnati Park to the big meetings with Tookie and Raymond and all them and stuff. And see, I'm gonna tell you something. This something everybody needs to know.
For the dime moves and the lokes, for the 6-4s on spokes, for the OGs that did a dime, came back around on parole, for the homegirls with the scrap game, little homies that gang bang, from Pelican Bay to YA, rearrange your mind frame. Yeah, I know what you've been through. Shit you had to go get to. Your mama gave birth on the turf. I know them killers you kin to. This for the lost generation, broke as hell, mad and impatient. But if you know your history, you can't have a strong foundation, baby.
Was on score and start calling me Big Knee.
Six Shakur from Eastside, Bloodstone, Getting by City. Also known as Shady Eyes is my hood name.
Man, the kid that got to be put on problem, man, nigga, do you.
I created Corner Pocket in my mother's garage.
They call me Tiny Ant from Rolling 60, but yet known as Tylo Tiny Ant.
Start hanging out, start messing with the Bloods, and then I turned the Bloods on.
Took and Raymond was running together. But guess who else ran with them? And was the one that came up with this name.
Marcellus.
No, Mack Thomas.
Mack Thomas.
Mack Thomas came up with we gonna be critical because see, Took and Raymond got jumped on by a businessman or something. They came back, got back with Mack, and then Mack came up. He said, all right, we don't start our shit, we don't call it the Crips. You got the west side, you got the east side, I got Compton. And Mack came and he started the Grandies.
I never heard that story quite put that way, but it makes sense.
Yeah, it's gonna be in that book too, all the truth. See, everybody, I'm not gonna fabricate this book. I'm gonna tell the truth, you know.
What's the name of your book?
It's gonna be The Last of the Blue Knights.
The Last of the Blue Knights. So
Yeah.
what year does that start and what year does that
That's
cut
gonna
off?
start all the way from 72.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's gonna start.
And where does it cut off at?
We're gonna cut, I'm probably gonna cut it off, say about, might go all the way to 89, you know? Yeah. Because I'm trying to get everybody in. Against Santa, I want Turtle and his activity. Everything, little part that went down. And the book is not just gonna be about the gang, it's gonna be about how we lost our childhood from being a child to become gangsters in an early age, you know?
Right.
And stuff, because the gangs came in. And we're going to be about the gang, the drug gang, all that, female. But every set going to get a piece of their activity.
Squeaky Lance, you look like you ready. You still crippin' right now. Look how you got the whole suit on, baby.
Well,
but y'all was always known for y'all dress code.
Yeah. Well, you know, man, at times, I'm a person like this. I dress to impress. I dress to be comfortable. I get sporty. But when I dress like this, I'm just kicking it, you know, and stuff. And then even if I don't dress like this, don't be like this, it's still gonna be the same response because who I was, you know. And like OG Squeak, you know. So it don't make no difference, you know. If I G'd up or all blew up, it's just that I like blue. It's who I am, and this and that.
This is a question I always wanted to ask Lantana. That night, the big dance at Doodles, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not talking about the incident per se, but I just was wondering, was it a comfortable thing where all the Crips just went up to Doodle and just kicked it? Because that was in the heart of the Pyru and the Blood era.
You know what, man? That night, you know, some nights we'd leave, we'd go places where we take a chance we didn't supposed to go. That night we went up there. Everything was fine. Then next minute, rock and roll, you know?
It wasn't fine.
It wasn't fine. We didn't supposed to be there, this and that, but we was there. Just like they used to do that at Doodles, They used to do that.
St. Albert's?
St. Albert. That was us out there fighting. When we came in, we all had on blue Navy Pico coats, and then the Bloods, I think it was set up because Puddin' all them came, and then they were trying to call Marcellus to the stage, and Mark wouldn't do it. Next thing I know, we dancing, and first punch was through. They was a gang of them, and we still beat their ass, you know.
There's a rumor, and I don't know if the rumor is true or not, that Tookie hit somebody hard at St. Albert's. They left a dent in the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah. Took's ass. Took and Raymond was crazy, and Big Aunt Malone and shit. Hey, we used to have a party over in the swamp, and I got into it with some dude over his female, but she didn't tell me she had a dude. And then I remember Took, Aunt, and Raymond was there, and Mad Dog said, "Go on, Squeaky, we got this." And I left alone, walked away, but when I turned around, man, they beat this boy so bad that they was stomping and his head was bouncing off the ground like a basketball. I had to stop that shit, man, you know. Yeah.
So let's go to the inside. How many years did you spend on the yard, or if any?
What, in the joint?
Yes, in the joint.
They got about 15 years from me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what yards were you on?
Well, my first yard, I went to Susanville, way up north. I stayed in Susanville, did 48 months in Susanville. And then I finished out, I left there and probably played my way to the second 2 yard into camp at Susanville. Then I went to a halfway house. And then everyone after that, I was at Folsom, old Folsom, you know. And I really, you know.
You was in the one building?
I was in 5 buildings. That one building was rock and roll, 2 buildings was Crip City, and 5 buildings was rock and roll. Cause me and Keita Rock from the '60s was in what up? What's up at Folsom? That where we all was and stuff. When I pulled in, Light Bulb and all of them was pulling out and stuff. They was going to Pelican Bay and shit.
Would you ever ask to be a part of the CCO or the Blue Notes or?
Yeah, hey man, I've been calling you, man. I want to hear that. When we finish with this, I'll deal with you, you know. No, you know, I got fronted about that CCO shit when I was in Folsom. I don't hit other Crips, you know, and stuff. CCO, it had its codes, you know, and if one of your people is out of line, this and that, they can order a hit on one of your people, and then your homeboy, and then want you to do it. And see, I wasn't doing that shit. Man, all the
So you were strictly Compton?
Yeah, strictly Compton, but I had a gang of homies from LA, Hoover, I was at Raymond Street, 60s, even Playboy Gangsters. Oh, I get along with everybody.
You just love Crips.
Yeah, I got along with everybody, man. I wasn't turning my back. I didn't get along with the fucking Bloods, but I got along with them. Even when we stepped in that money game, this and that, you deal with everybody, you know. I deal with everybody to a certain extent. You know, they come, they give me their money, I respect them, send them on their way, you know. But my heart was on Lantana. My game was getting that money, and that was it, you know.
Is there any Mexican gangs in the state?
Only thing close to here was G13. That's over in Gardena. They used to come over here, because they used to buy that shirt. But you know, and we was real good with them. The next thing would be 7 Oaks. That's by Spooktown in Case block, and then you got the flats in the pocket and shit like that. Taco Plaque and Largo. But I used to be over there. I had the business over there. Me, Big Mike Stone, and Little Scrab, Big Scrab, and them. I used to be over there with all these. I'm gonna tell you something. They busted all the homies that went to jail here. You know, Marcellus was gone, old man, everybody was gone, was in jail. I was the only one left out. Big Chris went to San Bernardino, but I still handled my business on my own, you know, and shit.
So you spent a lot of time in the pocket?
Spent a lot of time in the pocket on Ramsey and North and shit.
Could you tell us who you feel like, I mean, if you know, who started Corner Pocket?
We looking at what my idea of who started Corner Pocket. Now I would say Michael Stone, LaSalle, my dog. You know, yeah, LaSalle. Well, Frank Van. I can't think of that boy's name, but yeah.
But those are some of the people that you recognize.
Yeah. All the Stones, Michael, Anthony, and the baby brother Punchy, you know, all the Stones was in and stuff. The Pocket and they had a nice sized crew over there, you know, and stuff. But the youngsters do certain things and don't say nothing.
So, would it be fair to say during your time, you could basically go in any Crip hood in Compton and be okay?
Yeah. I could go in.
What was the dress code for Lantana? Or if there was any?
Oh, well, you know, what we call the white Craftsman t-shirts, jeans, the Levi's, blue Cortez, khakis, the blue kind of turquoise blue khakis and shit like that, AC Doocies, bebops, all that, you know.
So did you ever have a long chain earring? Did you do that?
Pee-wee did that.
Yeah, Pee-wee did that.
Pee-wee would do the
I used to see him with the ace deuce with the matches going around.
Going around. That was Pee-wee's lick right there. Long ass chain and
you got any graffiti artists over here, you know, back then? Who was doing the hitting up like bam, bam?
All of it. Yeah, before those houses was right there, it was an empty lot, brick fence. All that shit we had hit all up here. The West Park boys going crazy about it and shit. But man, when they built those factories, started building those factories.
Y'all was in them?
We was in them. We used to sit on the fence, sit on that fence, watch them build it, wait 3 days and watch them fill them. The third night,
watch them build them, watch them fill them,
and we empty them the third night. Oh shit! Yeah, we empty them. That's why even the hole, they were like, "Come on, man, what you guys do? Could we get in?" Get in what? And shit. We knocked off.
Man,
yeah.
Not to cut you off, but I didn't realize why they call it the hole, right? Until I went over to Snap's house.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Snap.
Yeah.
Snap had a bunch of pig iron in the backyard. We went back to bust mine with Snap.
Yeah.
And I happened to go to this backyard and I looked down. I was like, God damn, that's a big ass hole down
Yeah.
So was that reason why they call it the hole? Because of the big hole that sinks, that runs through behind these properties?
Maybe that was it, because you know when you go in the hole, it do kind of slant down when you get to that back street and stuff. They just start calling it the hole and stuff, but a lot of, they call it a hole, and a lot of them was Bloods too, you know, because they found the West Park boys. But this and that. But Galaxy West and the Kites, we don't know why they even put themselves in it, you know. That shit, you know.
Go.
Man, back in the day, you know, all the Crips, the Crips, this and that, we all kind of live by a code, you know, And like they say, ride or die and all that now. But back then, the original thing was do or die. You do or you die, you know? And that's what we stood by, you know? Salty brought that to earth, you know? And we live by that, you know? And stuff. But the little homies now, I got much love for them, respect for them, but I need them to try to take the perspective. We not at war against each other, because it's Crips fighting Crips. It ain't no Crips. It don't resist, you know? It ain't like that. And that's all to it. So that's how I feel about that.
The only thing I want to know more about Westport.
Okay.
Like, when did they pop up? Was there a problem for you guys? Was they older? Did you go to school with them?
Some of them we went to school with them. Some of them was older. Gary Davis in there. And they tried to make a problem at first, you know. They tried to roll on this block one day, and I'd say about 15 cars, and then we right there, and like we used to keep, it used to be a tree right in Chris' front yard. We kept rifles. We started getting the guns down, this and that. And then for some reason, everybody's daddies started coming out with their shotguns and stuff. We handle our business. I think they hate it because we wouldn't apply to their bullshit, and then they be by over there. They hung at this house by West Park. We'll come through there and light that motherfucker up, and then Big Ant and them, they came through there and drove the car right up on the motherfucker, you know, and them crazy as shit. But yeah, they tried to be a problem, but we shut that down. This neighborhood, the people around here didn't like us, and we hoodlums, we thugs, this and that, we doing this, like drug dealers. But this neighborhood with this street right here, this neighborhood was safe. But even with them not liking us, and we knew they didn't like us, you know, and stuff. Our sisters and them used to get mad because none of their little friends wanted to come over here because they were scared of us, you know, and stuff.
That was war.
Yeah, you know, but it went on, man, and we continued on and continued till that last. Police put a big raid around here. They had police at the park, helicopter, sent undercover, and told what's name them that's the police. As soon as they made the buy, boom. After that, shit started getting shaky. We be here, police coming, harassing, till we start expanding out because we didn't move upgraded into other things. So we end up all around. I'm running this part, old man over here. We going to San Bernardino, Big Chris, Mark, and them. And then,
so you can say, would it be fair to say that when you guys got started, you guys had the blessings of the Grandies?
Yeah. The Grandies, Boudille. Yeah, the Grandies and Boudille. Yeah.
Did West Park play out or what?
Yeah, they played out.
Were you?
Uh,
You gone or was you home?
I think I was gone, but I still think, let me see. West Park played out. It had to be about, I'd say about 84, 85 and stuff, because when I left, they wasn't in. Some of the boys were still over there, but they wasn't doing it. They didn't have the control of this neighborhood. We did, you know, and stuff.
When did Track New first spring up?
Oh, Track New. Let me see, what did Track New? Track New popped up. I ain't gonna say Track New. It popped up in the 80s, you know. Yeah, and stuff. And then Baby Hunter, he put the work over there, you know, and stuff like that. But
So Sean was from Tragnu?
With Sean.
Prince.
Oh yeah. He was him, Kevin Lister and all them, Cheese Man and them, Michael Williams and them. Yeah. And stuff. I ended up some youngsters, I was there up on Central at that stereo place. I had a little guy that get down with me. The guy put my system in my Fleetwood, and some niggas in El Camino, about 12 deep, they came, and I had a lot of jury on and stuff, you know.
Melly Mel.
Yeah.
And these youngsters didn't know I was, and one in front of me, I'm like kind of trying to shine them on, tell them to go on with that shit. And I had a lot of jury on. So he talking that shit, then he gonna tell me this track new part. And I'm like, oh well, okay. Then he said something. I said, well, you want to do this lantana. Then he said something. I told him, go on before I beat his ass. He opened his shirt and he got a pistol and shit. But I didn't run. I got 3 pistols on my seat, you know, but we ended up in a big ass shootout, you know, and stuff. I got hit in the hip. They shot my little worker, and I made the hit, but they blew all the windows out my Cadillac, put holes all in it. But we still made it to Lantana, and me and old man went back over there and stuff, and we handled that. Caught them by Birch. And Michael Williams was telling Michael Williams said, man, you dumb motherfucker know who you guys fucking with. I don't have nothing to do with that, Squeak. You want to kill him. You know, we start liking him, you know. Yeah, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Okay, Squeaky Lance, man, it's been a great talking to you, man.
Yeah.
Once again, KM Videos, Professor Melly Mel.
Yeah,
you came here to talk to my partner, Squeaky Lance.
I appreciate it.
Good job, man.
I appreciate
Get some love, man. And shit, man, that's that Compton love, man.
Yeah.
And glad to come get that Lantana history, man.
I appreciate
and you still
that.
looking like you crippin', like you ready to go right now.
Well, you gonna have, my daughter's gonna like, Daddy, you know, like, Daddy, my butt. I want to hear it. But I dress like this at home, you know.
Right.
Yeah. Thanks, though, you know.
So you can do me a favor, man. I like to get everybody on. This is Squeaky Lance. I watch KM Videos where the content is king. I love the dope content. I like what they're doing over there. Something to that effect.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, this is Squeaky Lance. I just had a hell of a video with KO Video, and I love it. I love it. Got love for him, his co-workers, the homie, and I hope we could do this again, you know, and keep
Would it be fair to say this content is king? What you like about this content?
I like the real deal about it. We being real about everything that I being asked about and what I know, and I know that it be put out there the right way, you know. So I give you guys 100% of doing your thing, and I appreciate it, you know.
I thank you very much, Squeaky Lance, and once again, it was a joy and just a pleasure to sit here and chat with you today about Lantana, man. We learned a couple of things, but KM Video, Professor Melly Mel, next level, we are out.
All right, Melly Mel. Much love.
Appreciate it.
Right on.
Right. I know the one that burned down, we took all the money and look out of it. The Red House where all of us all went to the park.
Red. See, that's why, you know what, you guys did that little thing on the dog, on T, on Turtle. All that, but everybody don't realize, though, before that was Santana, that was what was Midtown?
Oaks Park.
Oaks Park. And the Red House, Cross in there and shit.
Bobby's College.
Yeah,
Lil
Bob,
Cross.
yeah, that was, what's the name in there? Okay, we used to all have the meetings.
Mad Nut, Tiny Man,
Shiny
Shotgun,
Man,
Weasel,
Big Lebo be over there.
Toenail.
That's where Tookie got shot at.
Yeah.
You know, at the Red House when Lewis Park rolled on him and shit. But Killer Wayne had started that shit. Then T
Took it over,
you know.
Yeah, Killer Wayne.
Yeah,
Killer Wayne.
My dog. T was my dog. I used to be floating. I have a little youngster who worked for me. Be driving my car. I'd be laid back, turn on, pull out of nowhere.
Take off, man. Get it off.
Ready?
Yeah.
I know. Oh yeah, you know me.
Baby Charles, you was running with Baby Charles, dude.
This whole neighborhood was blood. West Park, Piru. Lantana was the only street that was Crips, you know, and they couldn't accept that, you know. Marcellus, and it was the Marcus one started the block. Him and Pee Wee brought it along, and then we all just took it over, you know. And we hold down this neighborhood. These people couldn't stand us, you know.
Yeah. King Real.
Black Santana bandana on his left side. Fresh perm with the khakis in the best ride. Turtle riding down the block, he with Melly Mel. Perry Strawberry gangsters with him as well. Heading to the skating rink where the hoes be. Put the word out, what's the word, OG? Santana, big banana, we the truth. Enemies, they wanna got my sawed off shoot. I'm chillin' with Twin, the whiskey, them my niggas. Bullet and beat bop, we all be chillin'.